Hold on. Let me make sure I got my do not disturb on and make sure I got the phone all the way up. You know, I find it very unfortunate that I'm squinting while wearing glasses. I may need to upgrade my prescription. Now, I just got these glasses not even a year ago, and I may need to upgrade. Welcome to the live tonight. Happy Tuesday. I really like what we're going to be talking about tonight. I really like this. Okay. We still doing the Bible drama series. And it just seems like every time I be like, okay, we can go ahead and close that out, I get more ideas. So then I continue to keep doing it. So I'm just going to keep doing it. Now, we're going to be talking about Samson tonight. Absolutely. Hey, Yaya. How are you? Welcome. I probably should give my throat so dry. I probably should give people time to get in here. Hey, Brenda. Shout out to New Nation tonight. Absolutely. Welcome to the Bible drama series. This one is called Do Not Tell All Your Secrets. Okay. This one I'm very excited about because I love this story. Hey, Nicole. Shout out to my beautiful moderators, Kilolo, Firefly, and Bluty. Sending a congratulations to Bluty. She just celebrated 24 years married. Okay. I told her, girl, you look 24. Talking about she been married for 24 years. Hey, Elle. Welcome everybody to the live. Am I yelling? My throat all dry. So we're going to be talking about Samson. Now, Samson, like a lot of special people in the Bible, his birth was announced by an angel. An angel. His mother couldn't have children, okay? See, it's amazing how your story could start off weak and God turns it into something very strong. Because Samson was known for his strength, but the truth was his birth was supernatural. Hey, Key. His birth was supernatural because his mother couldn't get pregnant. But an angel came and told Samson's mother and father, you're going to have a child and God is going to use your child. Okay. So his mother got pregnant, ended up naming him Samson. And so God had basically had a role and a job for Samson at birth. Hey, Moreland. God had already had a plan for Samson's life and knew that Samson was going to be strong and knew that Samson would do major things in his life before Samson even came into the world. Just like all of us, really. Not a lot of us, all of us. Okay. God been had a plan for us and he already knows exactly what he wants us to do. So although sometimes we may not know, our creator knows exactly why he created you. So Samson was already set apart and God would use him even as a child to show his strength. So one time Samson wanted to go meet this lady. Okay. He wanted to go get up with this lady and he had to travel to go see her. And a lion came for him on his route to go see this lady. And he killed the lion with his bare hands. And every time something like that happened to Samson, the Bible would say, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon Samson. Hey, Lorraine. Hey, Sharice. It was always the Spirit of the Lord. See, I don't know if when we look at our gifts and our talents, if we realize that that's the Spirit of the Lord. All good and perfect gifts come from God. So if you got a gift of any kind, that came from the Lord. What ends up happening is we try to maximize our gifts and talents and sometimes forget who it came from. And there is no maximization of the gift of God in any way when we forget the gift giver. Absolutely. So Samson knew that he was strong. He was born at a time when Israel, he was a Nazarite, but he was born at a time when Israel was under oppression of the Philistines because of their disobedience. See, God had already delivered them out of Egypt. We in the book of Judges. That happened in Exodus. So by this time, God had already delivered them out of Egypt, but they kept going back worshiping idol gods. The children of Israel was so disobedient. It just seemed like no matter what God did for them, no matter what miracles they saw, no matter what happened with them, they will still be disobedient. But I ain't gonna drag them too hard because we be disobedient too. Hey, Heavy Bear. Hey, Mama Cynthia. Welcome. Welcome to the live, everybody. I'm just trying to give y'all a little background, okay, before we get into Delilah so that you can kind of see who Samson was. So Samson was born at a time when Israel was oppressed. Now, why would God want us to be born in oppression? This is always the question. If God is a good God, why are we born? We didn't ask to be here. We didn't ask for things to be how they are. We didn't ask to be born to have to pay bills. Who asked for this? We literally didn't get no say. Absolutely. Sometimes we wonder who told you I wanted to be here during this time having to deal with this. I don't want to be bothered. But it was God's will. And Samson couldn't help the fact that he was born in oppression. Yep, to make us strong. And that's exactly what he did to Samson. The gift that Samson had was his physical strength. So God announces his birth through an angel to his parents. He hits the earth, does all these wild things with his strength. Like he picked up the gates to a city. Imagine that. Imagine. Because see, back then they had literal gates. Not no little white picket fences. They had intricate, well-crafted gates to protect the city. Gates and walls, like the one President Trump started building. That's how they would fortify and separate the land. And that was their physical military presence, was this gate that would surround the location to let you know this is ours. Okay. Samson got into it with some folks and took the gate. This how strong this man was. The gate got to stepping. So he had supernatural strength from God. And God allowed him to be born in oppression. It was a setup. Sometimes what we complain about and what we don't understand, it's just a setup. For God to show his strength or a setup so we could learn God in a way we never thought we needed to learn God. Listen, let me tell you something personal, right? When you ask God, and this is a little diversion, but I have to tell y'all this because this has been a little deep. When you ask God to show you yourself, Now how you think you look to him. I mean, of course, we got the blood of Jesus that covers us and all of that. But as you walk with God, you must address your imperfections. Absolutely. We don't, grace is not an occasion to do whatever you want to do. Grace is an occasion to do the right thing. So as we walk with God and God perfects our walk with him, he will show you. And like, for me, I thought I was jamming in areas that I come to find out, no, you was not jamming. And you wonder why this happened, but look at this. Look at what you were into. Look at what was coming out of your mouth. Look at the people you were hanging out with. Look at what you were spending your money on. And you thought you was doing right and you wasn't. So I had like an experience. I've been having experiences where like God has been showing me things about myself that I didn't even know. Like I knew because I clearly participated in it. But I didn't know what I was doing necessarily. And the doors I was opening by doing those things. Because everything in the spiritual realm is done by authorization. And maybe we'll do a live on that. Spiritual authorization. Absolutely. So when we authorize things with our words, because we have dominion over the earth, and the earth is ran by words. The Lord stepped out on nothing and created everything with his words. He said, let there be this, let there be that. And that same power, we have it. So if my words are negative, what am I opening up? I'm saying, let there be curses. When I'm cursing, when I'm dragging, I'm literally saying, let curses be open. They're not going to be opened over there. They're going to be opened over here. Are we tracking? Now, I know I went all off on the topic, but that was something that I find very interesting. And you know how you do little things and you talk yourself out of it and say it's okay because it's small. But the thing about it is our thoughts are just not like his thoughts. And our ways are just not like his ways. And that's why we pray to have the mind of Christ. Now, I done went all the way over there, okay? But when I tell you I saw some things, I said, oh, not me. Me? I did that? I was like that? Wow. And then you got to fall out of agreement with all that stuff that's not like God, because if you don't, you'll continue to attract that. Even if you're not engaging, you will continue to attract what's on your the residue of you. Absolutely. And you'll be like, why do I keep attracting this? Because you giving that scent. You still giving that scent off and you don't even realize it. But you still attracting that because that's the scent you carry. And that's what I've been seeing about myself. And I said, well, who's going to clean that up? Mess up on now 10. Hey, Yummy. Hey, Chat. Hey, Miss D. Hey, Barn Dog. Ketchup spillage on now 4. Girl just told a whole grocery store up, girl. Just was like, wow. Wow. But anyway, so back to Samson. So before Samson even got to Delilah, he was with a whore. And those are not my words. I am coming out of the book of Judges, the 16th chapter. Because before our greatest downfall, we always get like warnings and tests leading up to our big one. And God allows those little tests to prepare us for the big one, not so we could get to the big test and fail it. So the Bible says in Judges, the 16th chapter, that Samson went to Gaza. Now this text is very old, and I find it mighty interesting that they talk about Gaza and Israel tonight. They was at war then, they at war now. Okay. They were at war in Judges 16. They at war now. Gaza and Israel. Samson went to Gaza and there he saw a harlot and went into her. So now at this point, even though Samson and walk with God and he sees that God has gifted him with a certain level of strength, he got some weaknesses. He has weaknesses. Hey, Muffy. Hey, California girl. Shout out to California girl. California, thank you so much for the gift that you sent me. Thank you. Um, so he kind of feeling himself. See, Samson was a well-rounded individual. He got a lot of praise from the women because he was strong, and women like him strong. Let's be very clear. Ain't nothing changed. Okay, we still like him strong. So Samson was strong, and he had women wanting him everywhere. Okay, they had heard about him. He had a little clout. They had heard about old Samson because Samson would literally kill thousands of men at one time by himself. The spirit of the Lord. He was born into oppression, and God kept using Samson to fight the Philistines for the Israelites. So even though God allowed the Israelites to be oppressed because of their disobedience to him, he allowed Samson to come into the world as a Christ-like figure. Here's another one. We talked about it before, how the Old Testament points to Jesus. In the New Testament, Samson is an example of that, of a Christ-like figure born into oppression and coming to free his people. Are we tracking? Oh, yes, we tracking tonight. We tracking, teaching, and preaching tonight. So Samson went to Gaza, and there he saw a harlot, and he went in. Okay. Okay. And this is where the Gazites laid wait. When they found out Samson was there, they waited. They wanted to try to get him. They waited all night. And they said, we're going to kill him in the morning. But Samson ended up leaving Gaza in the middle of the night, and they missed their boat. They couldn't kill him. Okay. Now, in Judges 16:3, and Samson lay till midnight and arose at midnight, took the doors of the gate of the city and the two posts and went away with them, bar and all. He took the whole gate to the city, bar and all, and on his shoulder, and carried them up to the top of a hill. Okay. Then comes Delilah. Okay, so if we think about this, Samson had a calling on his life, but he loved women. Shalina has a calling on her life, but she loves men. California girl got a calling on her life, but she loves alcohol. I'm just putting a name right there. This ain't real. Miss D has a calling on her life, but she loves to steal. Sweet Vibes is called and has been chosen by God, but she loves to twerk. I don't know. The point is, you can have a calling on your life and not be perfect and still have a calling on your life. Absolutely. So at this point, he's at a weakened state. He's anointed. He's strong, but he weak. You could be strong and weak. He was strong physically, but he was weak when it came to those women. So Then comes Delilah. The Bible says he loved Delilah. Uh-huh. And the Lord, the Philistines came to Delilah to entice her, and they said, find out where his strength is. They was gonna pay her because it was gonna be a coin involved. 1,100 shekels. I think one shekel is like $2.30 some. Each of these guys that came to Delilah to bribe her to find out how is this man so strong, show us where his strength is. I think it was 5 of them, and they each was gonna pay her about 2 stacks over that, more than that. Your enemy want to know how you are. How is it that you've gone through so much and you're still here? How is it that you've gone through so much and you're still positive? How is it that you have gone through so much, but you still have goals and you still have a drive and you still want to see your children get grown? You still want to be around for your grandkids. How are you, the person that should have given up? How are you so strong? Your enemies are willing to pay 10 stacks tonight to find out. Some people got a problem with the fact that you're strong and you refuse to give up. You know, we be looking at, oh my God, I stumble at that. I'm not good at that. I can't, every month I'm in a negative, my bank account in a negative, whatever we beat ourselves up over. But we totally miss the fact that you're winning because you just kept going. That was the win. The win is when the fact that you kept going. That was the win. Not how you got there, how many times you scraped your knees on the way there, if the back of your feet was black, whatever. None of that matters. What matters is you keep going. That's what really matters. That's the win. Absolutely. And so people look at your gifts and they trying to figure you out, but it's like, you don't understand, baby, this is supernatural. This is supernatural. So you could continue to bump your head to try to figure out the supernatural part about me, if you like. I keep going because God is my strength. Now go figure that out. Go figure how that works. How does that work? Go figure that out. Absolutely. So his haters was willing to pay, not willing to pay, they did pay 1,100 shekels each to get his TTT because they were sick of him doing all this amazing stuff and defeating them. But what they missed was he was winning because God was on his side the whole time through every battle. Even when he killed that lion, God was on his side. And at this point, he's at a low point. He's in sin. He's not living right. He's sleeping with harlots and prostitutes. Now, 2 verses down, he see Delilah and he want her too. She was a special kind of, almost said TRICK. Because see, we got this whole culture of women that set up dudes. That get real sassy, go to the club, only to meet dudes and tell them dudes let's go to the hotel, and they got their boys waiting on him to get there. And they killing and robbing our black men. And we got a whole culture of women, not just black. I shouldn't say black because it ain't just black. It's black, white, and brown. That set up men to rob them. We got a whole Cardi B bragged about how that was her hustle. Her hustle. was setting up dudes. Delilah was a setup queen. But here is the thing. Samson had just slept with a prostitute. In the very first verse of the 16th chapter of Judges, he had just slept with a prostitute. So what is it about Delilah, the setup queen, that Samson loved? And she was a whole fraud. Why? What is it about us that falls in love with frauds? I mean, I wish I had a bum tonight. I hope I got some likes. I really hope I got some likes, California girl. I hope I got some likes. Kilolo, what is it about us that make us fall for the frauds? The Bible said he loved her. Well, why would you be in love with a setup queen? Huh? Because that's all Delilah was. She was a whole setup queen. So if I'm constantly attracting frauds, setup kings, setup queens, if I'm constantly attracting people that live in the basement, if I'm constantly attracting people that's not motivated, I have to ask myself what I smell like, not what I look like, what I smell like. What's on me that that cause this type of energy to come at me all the time? What did I spray? For Samson, he left his first love, which was God, the one that gave him the strength. And Samson began to drink his own Kool-Aid. And because Samson was popular, he forgot that it was always the Spirit of the Lord. See, the Spirit of the Lord will have you looking sassy. It will. It will have you swagged out. But you can't take your transformation and become sexy red with it. When God allows you to start losing weight and he allows your skin to clear up and he start putting money in your account, that's not the time to go get a BBL. But Samson looked at the blessings of God and all that clout he got because of his strength that God gave him. And he just started throwing it north, east, south, and west. Maybe that's how he became attracted to somebody like Delilah. When you're walking with God and you listen to God, he won't let you fall in love with a setup king or a setup queen. He will show you that one right there. They need some money. Oh, I know we talking tonight. Holy, oh, we talking tonight. The Lord will show you when somebody is in your life playing like they like you, but all along they really just need some money. Miss D, Miss D, Miss D, Miss D. Well, these are hard times, okay? These are very hard times. And right now, Tweety, Tweety, I didn't mean to put you on blast, Tweety. Listen. When they start asking for money, I feel like Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. They not like us. They not like what. Soon as I get that text message, I know we just met, but can I borrow $150? Next time I'm gonna text back, wop. Oh, child. They not like us. They not. Delilah needed a coin. This is the Bible. This is why I love the drama series, because although this is an ancient text, this stuff is so current. If you take your time and see what's going on, Delilah chose the coin. Samson only dummy over there in love. Oh, I love her. She's trying to set you up, though. You love her, and she around there with your ops, trying to steal your whole future. And you just love her. But when you walk with God, he'll show you a mile away. You won't even have to waste. You won't have to waste a year, 2 years, 7 years, 15 years. He will show you in 2 months. They need some money. Now, we could act like we don't see it. He'll show you. They just want to have sex with you. He'll show you. He'll show you. They're cheap. Whatever they are dealing with childhood trauma. The Lord will tell you. He tells on people all the time. Sometimes I'll be places and I'll just bust out laughing because he didn't drop some tea. And a lot of times it's not so we could put nobody on blast. It's not so you could go back and say, you thought you was going to get you some, but the Lord showed me that you just a user. You don't got to text nobody that. The Lord showed me you a dog. You don't got to text that. That's between you and the Lord. You want the Lord to keep telling you stuff, so you got to know how to do it. That ain't how you do it. If the Lord tell you somebody ain't no good, just move accordingly. Back up. You don't got to tell them. The Lord told. Child. So Delilah wanted the money, okay? And so she went to Samson and told him, oh, Samson, tell me, where does your strength lie? Give me your whole formula. That's all. Samson did a lot of stuff in his life, but he's most known for this story. You want my whole swag? First of all, why would somebody even ask you that? Why would somebody ask you, tell me your secret? Excuse me? Tell me your secret. Why you want to know? Why? It's a very odd thing when a person is trying to know the deepest parts of you. Because you have to, sometimes it's innocent, but this is 2024, okay? This is 2024. And the Bible says to try the spirit by the spirit to see if it be of God. In other words, if you don't test something, you're not going to know because it all looks the same. Sugar and salt looks just alike until you try it. They look just alike. But taste it. Absolutely. So you can't just assume. You can't just assume that somebody that's trying to get all up in your business got good intentions. No. So the men were laying in wait. Okay? And he told her, what's the first thing he told her? He said, if they bind me up with cords that were never dried, then I'll be weak. So, child, they tried that and Samson broke right out of them. Okay? And then here she come again. Because the men felt stupid. Here comes Delilah. Samson, you have mocked me. Why you being funny? Now, she's trying to set him up, though. But because he sent her off, now she's trying to be the victim. You mocking me. You making fun of me. You told me lies. Please tell me how you become so strong. And then he said, okay, if they bind me with new ropes that were never occupied, then I'll be weak. You know, normally when a person wants to know your weakness, it's a job interview. Absolutely. What they call it, SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, something. They had a whole acronym to how to explain your professional resume. And only in an interview do they say, tell me a weakness. And even when they do that, you ain't supposed to. Even in a job interview, you're not supposed to literally give them a weakness. When they ask you, okay, candidate, tell us a weakness of yours. Tell us one of your weaknesses. You're supposed to send them all the way off and say stuff like, I tend to help my teammates so much, and sometimes it leads them to not being able to do the work themselves. Like, you're supposed to spin it and still make yourself sound good. You're not supposed to say, on my last job, out of 100 times, I'll say I was late 85. No. You're supposed to, a weakness, where they do that at? Tell me your weakness. No. Why you don't want to hear about my strength? She is seeing this man's strength. She has him to herself. She don't want to talk about his strength. She want to talk about his weakness. Why? 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 Huh? Absolutely. So I would have been side-eyeing her even then, but there was something about Samson who was not properly aligned with God that he kept getting tricked. Okay? And then she kept waiting till the man fell asleep. So everything he said, if you do this, I'm going to be weak. If you do that, I'm going to lose all my strength. Just giving all his power away. Just giving all his power away. Even though he kept lying to her, sending her off. But it's like, the Bible never says that he questioned that and looked at that sideways. Like, why you want to know about my weaknesses so bad? And then every time she pull a stunt, thinking she got him based on what he told her, he breaks out of it. But she also does it when he's asleep. Like the old bishop said, the freaks come out at night. Who was that bishop that said that? Put his name in the chat. Who was that reverend that said the freaks come out at night? She kept waiting for this man to go to sleep. Now, see, you could play with me. I don't really like people playing with my food and stuff like that. Like, I don't like that. But you play with me in my sleep, that's another level of side-eye. You gonna just keep playing with me every time I go to sleep. Here you come with these cords. You mean to tell me every time I fall asleep around you, Delilah, you tying me up and doing all this weird stuff? Who was the reverend that said it? Bullwinkle. Absolutely. You got to watch who you fall asleep around. Uh-oh, they ain't gonna like this. They are not going to like this. You cannot just fall asleep around anybody. Child. You know, some of us are older and some of us are getting older. You know, at this point, the red light almost feel like a good time to take a nap. I'll be hoping don't nobody think I'm on nothing, okay? But I'll get even if I'm on the phone and I'm tired, I'll take a few seconds. Okay. I will take a few seconds. Uh uh um but you're not gonna continue to play with me in my sleep. Why are you doing that? And you can't fall asleep around any and everybody. And I'm a very light sleeper. And I mean this in a spiritual sense and in a physical sense, because you can't just relax and tell everybody everything. Some people are talking to your ops. Some people are getting paid from your ops to find out information about you, and you just around there relaxed around them, just love them. Girl, let me take a nap at your house. Child. So he kept falling asleep and she kept pulling stunts. Kept trying to pop him. She kept trying to pop him. She came back again. She kept pressing. She was pressed. This is the Bible. I'm in Judges, the 16th chapter and the 16th verse. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily. Daily. This was every day. Who raised you? That you just gonna keep asking me in my business and you asking every day? You gotta watch that. And urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death. He was sick of her. That's when he told her, I have been growing my hair since I was a kid. I'm a Nazarite. And it's Nazarite custom for a razor to never touch your head. Okay? This was his agreement with God. See, your enemy is after your agreement with God. If you have said, I'm not doing that no more, I'm not going over there no more, I'll never say that again, that's what your enemy is after. Your agreement with God. Samson's hair represented his agreement with God. That was the physical evidence of a supernatural strength that God gave Samson, was the length of his hair. The length of Samson's hair represented the length of strength that God had given him. It was very long, and his strength was very long. When you make a covenant or a promise or have an agreement with God, that is one of the most precious things you could have. And we live in this natural form and we don't realize how big a deal things are. But Samson's hair was a big deal to God. Imagine that. Imagine your hair being a big deal to God. Well, it is. It is a representation. God didn't create nothing by happenstance. God is so creative, very intricate and detailed. I was looking at some birds. I love birds. If you don't know anything else about me, know that Shalina loves the birdies, okay? When I see birds, I be talking to them. I feed birds. I literally will, me and my daughter loves it. We'll drive to places where we know it's a bunch of birds and take them bagels and all types of stuff. People be mad because them birds be pooping on their cars. But listen, it's just a little bird poop, okay? But hurry up and get it off because it will eat the paint on your car if it's strong enough. Nevertheless, I love birds. I don't know what it is about birds. And I was looking at, in my pastime, I just look at pictures of birds. I was looking at some pictures of birds the other day, y'all. Oh my God. The detail, the artistry, all the colors. And we are more important to God than those. So yes, your hair matter to God. Your hair matters, your face, your fingertips. Why do you think he took time to construct fingerprint? Made every fingerprint different. It doesn't matter if the person lived 3,000 years ago or live today. God is still making fingerprints. If a child is born tonight, they're going to have a totally different design. How, Sway? How God ain't ran out of ideas for the fingerprint? And then got the nerve to do it on your toes too. We are dealing with, baby, some good stuff, okay? We don't have no small little unoriginal God. No, 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 no. He's very detailed. Very, very detailed. And maybe that's why I love birds so much. I see that in birds. I see it in fish. It just blows me away. Like, you don't run out of ideas. God does not run out of ideas. So his hair meant something to God. And when he was in such a weak space that he gave this woman his code, his secret, his sauce, which was telling her the secret to his strength is his hair, that's where it went left. No matter how many cords she wrapped around him, that didn't hold him down. No matter how many people that were on her side, that couldn't stop it. Nothing could stop him. He was all the way up like Fat Joe until she tapped into where is his covenant with God at. Are we tracking that? Are we tracking that nothing could hold him down until he broke his covenant with God, which was to never shave his head? And although he didn't personally do it, he opened his mouth and gave the secret recipe away. The Bible didn't say you can't shave it. The Bible told them, the Nazarites, don't let a razor touch your head. And a razor touched his head. Absolutely. Absolutely. She was on a mission. And boy, when they finally got Samson, they were so happy. Oh, y'all know they had been wanting him. They had been wanting him. See, check this out. Samson killed thousands of men. Check this out. This is a revelation on this beautiful night. Please like the video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Let me say something. Are y'all enjoying the Bible drama series? Put a 1 in the chat if you are enjoying the Bible drama series. Did y'all realize it was this much drama around there? Hey, the Joy Queen. Oh, I see him. I see him. Y'all, I thank y'all. And I am I am enjoying it so much too. I promise y'all. Thank y'all. Ain't it action-packed? It goes down. Hey, Forever Lisa. Hey, WorldNet. Hey, Arthur Sheila D. Hey, Rob and Miss J. Thank y'all so much. Look, the man killed thousands of people, right? The man killed a lion. But what did his enemies send to take him out? Nobody could defeat Samson. But who ended up defeating Samson? By getting his tea? Who did it? A woman. You mean to tell me that you could defeat a lion, but a woman gets you? You mean to tell me you could take a whole gate of a city and put it on you so strong you could snatch the gate of a city, put it on your shoulder and walk, but a woman take you out of here? You could kill thousands of people, but a woman takes you out of here. What does that tell us? That was very strategic on the enemy's part, because she was the least threatening thing that Samson would have ever thought of. He would have never thought it would be her. When we are caught off guard, that gives the enemy when we not on our P's and Q's and we think, oh, that little thing, oh, that ain't nothing. Man, that ain't none. Okay. Okay. I've beaten, you know what I've done? Do you know what I have been able to accomplish? Oh, that ain't nothing. To send a weak vessel, and I don't mean that in a, y'all know what I'm saying, but a woman, she's not a threat at all in terms of his strength, but because of his lack of character, that's what took him out. Absolutely. So baby, why his hair? Because it was his agreement with God. Baby, when they caught Samson, because see, now they could catch him. Now that the Philistines then tapped into his strength and found out what made him strong, they cut his hair, now he weak. Now they got him. Now they went and got him. Before they couldn't touch him, even if it was 1,000 of them. Soon as Delilah cut his hair and when gave it to the Philistines, baby, they grabbed him right up. It was nothing. What happened to your strength, Samson? What happened? You mean to tell me that because you went from a ponytail to a mohawk, you getting beat like this? You mean to tell me that one decision get me whipped like this? Sometimes it's one decision that'll get you whipped real bad. And honey, his ops was so happy. Oh, now all the times he didn't whip them, they act like they forgot. They got him this one time, and baby, they rejoicing. Okay, cause see, if you've been jamming, if you've been going through life handling your business, and nothing has been able to stop you, the moment something thinks it could stop you, baby, they start rejoicing. Oh, we got her now. Oh yeah, she finna have to move out that house. You couldn't tell her no when she got that car, but look at her. Oh, look at them cheating. Baby, they spent all that money on their wedding, girl. Look at them. Forget the fact y'all was together 25, 11 years. Forget the fact that your whole life you have kept your credit A1. They want to forget all that. Forget all the times you showed up looking bad. And they couldn't even take it. Forget all them times. Forget all the vehicles you've driven. Forget all that. None of that matters. Forget all the times that you came up and that you've accomplished. None of that matters. Anything you've accomplished doesn't matter. Your ops be waiting for that one time they could say, gotcha. As if you ain't been saying gotcha all the way up until now, but they want to act like that didn't exist. Samson then killed thousands of them by himself. First of all, that's an embarrassment. And now that they got Samson, they want to act brand new like they doing something. They literally had to get him to break his covenant with God to do it. They think it's them. They think it's them. They didn't know it was God in it. They don't know God is in it. Look at her. We got her. They don't realize God is just testing you. Look at her. That's what she gets. She was big-headed. They don't even realize that you're going through a test and God is literally carrying you. And it's by design. And these are things you have to go through. They think they ate that if they are used by God to help you get to another level. They think they ate that. When they took my channel, they thought they ate that. Oh, they did they big one. Oh, they thought they ate that. Oh, shout out to New Nation. They want to act like all them times before that we wasn't tearing them off. They took that channel one. They took one channel. They took one channel, and oh, they thought they ate that. But now what? We don't hear nothing but crickets. And the people that thought they ate that, they don't even eat together no more. The people that thought they ate that ain't even doing better than us. They thought your ops, when they think they can finally see some type of win over you, because baby, they crave it so bad. See, we don't realize how awesome we are. We don't realize that just getting up every day, putting on clean clothes, or doing whatever we normally do, how much of a blessing that is, and how much your enemy, who only wants to kill, steal, and destroy from you. You think I don't really have much. But what you got, you don't realize that your enemy want that. What you call a little bit, your enemy want that too. Oh, it's just me over here living my soft, quiet, boring life. Your enemy wants that too. No. The devil don't care about your quiet, soft life. He comes to kill, steal, destroy. He wants your soft, quiet life destroyed. He wants to kill everything about you, your joy, your peace. Because see, even just living a soft, quiet life, that's peaceful, man. That's peaceful. You know, so many people do so much stuff just trying to find peace. They getting massages 4 times a week. They throwing parties. They drinking. They drugging. They gotta take pills to go to sleep. They need drugs to get up. They just don't have no peace. So you sitting over there in your 1 bedroom, living your soft, quiet life. You don't even realize what you got. You don't even realize what you got. And even that, your enemy wants it. Because ain't enough drama going on around there. You ain't crying about nothing. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. You're not stressed out. That's a problem for your enemy. So the all that he had was his strength, and his enemy wanted that. They don't want you to have nothing. They want it all. I want it all. I ain't want all of it. Okay? You got a look cute. You got some clothes around there, a few pair of shoes. They want that. Okay? You got a good relationship with your parents. Oh, they want that. If every time you're looking around, you struggling in relationships, it's because your enemy doesn't want you to have relationships. Stop thinking, oh, I'm supposed to be alone and don't nobody get me. No, that's what your enemy wants you to think. So you can be alone. Okay? So you could be alone, because he comes to kill and destroy relationships and friendships. The devil hates friendships. So you fight for your friendship. It's not like skipping in the grass. Things that are worth having, you end up fighting for it because you have an enemy in opposition to you that's trying to take your stuff. And you be thinking, oh, she just cutting up. He's just cutting up. But then, did you ever stop to pray, though? Did you stop to pray and say, is that the enemy trying to influence my friendship to send me off and get me to break up with my good Judy? We've been friends 30 years, and all of a sudden we can't agree on nothing. I say I want chocolate ice cream, she want vanilla. She want drums, I want flats. We used to like the same thing. Because you got an enemy too, though. Sometimes people do be tripping. But you can never forget that you got an enemy that wants to kill, steal, and destroy, even if you think you only got a little bit. He wants that too. Absolutely. So the Philistines got together and rejoiced. They got real bold. Okay, because they finally got him. They was so happy. They got together. They threw a whole party. Okay, they was celebrating that they done finally got Samson. And child, they got so bold that they say won't because they had locked him up in Gaza. Okay. Samson went to jail in Gaza. They locked him up. Baby, they got together and started dancing. They had a whole party. And they got so bold and said, why don't we have Samson? Go get Samson. He in jail down there. Go get him, bring him up here to the party so he could entertain us. Ain't that bold? Ain't that bold? They set this man up, took his strength. They having a party, laughing on his time. And now they want him to come and get him some entertainment. Child. The problem is Samson's hair has started to grow back. Samson's hair started to grow back. Lord, we thank you that every promise that we got tricked out of is growing back tonight. We thank you that every time we hooked up with somebody and they diverted our attention away from you and they took parts of us from us, that those barren, dry, stolen areas are growing back tonight, like the hair on Samson's head. We thank you that our strength is coming back tonight. When they think you down and they think it's over for you, they don't realize it's just a new beginning and things are about to grow back for you. And you, and you, and you, and you, Miss Gwen, and you, Mama Cynthia, and you, Forever Lisa. See, when you become bald-headed, not out of your choice, but because you were forced. A lot of people even will do it by choice, go and shave their heads. It's representative of a new beginning. It's like a baby being born again. When a baby is born, they don't come out with a 26-piece bust down. Most times they come out bald-headed. And as their hair grow, it is a sign of them as a human, a person growing. So a lot of times God will strip us. He'll take you back to being a child, a baby, where you depend on your parent because you need them for life, for food. He's like, I'll take everything and then make you cry to me like a baby would cry to their parents. And trust me to start you over. But it's not a loss of time. What it actually is a fresh start with more wisdom this time, though. So imagine being able to be reborn, but with the wisdom that you have now. Imagine being a baby with the mind that you have now after going through everything that you've gone through. That's what God does for us. He says, I'll let you go through all these tests. I'll let you go through all these trials, and I'll strip you down to nothing, but I'll let you keep the lessons, and then I'm going to build you up. And this time, Samson, you won't go and get no prostitute. This time when I give you money and I bless you, you won't go spend it on stuff that you shouldn't be spending your money on because you've learned your lesson. This time when I bless you with money, you're not going to be having one night stands because you could afford any hotel you want. You're not going to want to do that because you've learned your lesson that everybody's not good for you and you can't fall asleep around everybody. This time when I bless you, you'll be comfortable being by yourself because you've dealt with Delilah. You dealt with the harlot. You've dealt with these men trying to set you up. You dealt with betrayal because people need money. I've let you go through so much stuff because when I bless you this time, you're going to have everything you want and you're going to be okay with not having all these fake, fraudulent, blood-sucking, thirsty folks that only want to steal your time, steal your light, and get in your business. Those won't be able to go to the next level. But your hair is growing back. When them folks played in Samson's face and told him to come out there and entertain him at his own celebration, they didn't captured him and they celebrated and told him to come out and entertain us. Baby, that made Samson mad, okay? And at this point, his relationship with God is growing and he prayed. He prayed to God. Now, all this time, he didn't have no strength. If he had had his strength, he would have been able to break out the prison. Okay? He would have been broke out the prison. This is why they couldn't have him in prison before. He was too strong. So, at this point, he's been without his strength all this time. Until the night they tried to play in his face and tell him, dance for me. Dance for us. He prayed. He called unto the Lord. This is Judges 16:28. And Samson called unto the Lord and said, O Lord God, remember me. I pray thee and strengthen me. I pray thee only this once, O God, that I may be able to avenge of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. And Samson then defeated him. He died with him too. But he pushed the temple that they were in so hard, it collapsed. Samson had the strength of like 10 bulldozers. But do you see what happened? He had to pray and say, God, remember me. Remember the one that used to be so excited about life? Do you remember me? I mean, I even forgot who that person was sometimes. But Lord, do you remember me, the one that when I first got saved, I was so excited about you? Do you remember her? Lord, do you remember when I had a few dollars? You remember that? You know, sometimes you got to talk to the Lord and ask him, you remember that? Lord, do you remember that time you gave me that money and I didn't know how I was going to get to work? And somehow somebody just called me. You remember me? Like you're reminding God, remember them times you had came through for me? Remember me? Remember when I ain't had no place to stay? Remember me? And you hooked me up, Lord. Do you remember that? Remember that time my car had stopped and somehow you got it to start back? Or remember that time, Lord, I ain't had no gas and you got me all the way to my destination? Do you remember me? I'm her. Hello. Here I am. Hey, Lord. That girl. Can you come through again like you had did the last time? Oh, this is good, y'all. This is good, y'all. This is good. This is good. Samson said, Lord, can you do it again? I know I messed up. Okay, we get it. We tracking. We on the same page. I messed up. I lost all my strength. They didn't lock me up. Delilah didn't set me up. I was out there wilding because I was popular. Now they got me in jail, but now they going too far. Now my enemies, okay, Lord, I know I deserve to be in jail, but now they doing too much. Okay. Now they talking about come out here and dance. Lord, the same God that gave me that strength back then, can you remember me and hook me up just one more time? That's what he said. That's what he said. And God honored it. Truth be told, we have not lost anything. You have not lost anything. We go through transitions, cycles, tests. And it may look like you lost something. You didn't lose a thing. I didn't lose nothing. You didn't lose nothing. Because every single thing that happened was to get you to become a greater version of the you that was always supposed to exist. And nobody likes to go through tests. Nobody likes to go through trials. See, and I've said this on here before. If you're not, don't ask God for anything that you're not willing to go through to get. Don't ever look at somebody's life and say, I wish I had that, unless you're willing to go through what they had to go through to get it. I would never say, I wish I was Beyonce. Why? I'm not finna dance for 20 hours. Are you serious? In a day. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? I love going to Target. Are you okay? I'm not dancing in no heels for no 20 some hours. I don't care if they say I give you 20 million. That's stupid. I'm not dancing in no. The music just ain't good. You keep playing this same song, and then you're going to play it tomorrow, and then play it tomorrow. And then I got to get to my concert and act like we ate that, and I love this song, knowing I done heard this song 40,000 times, and I'm sick of it. And I'm dancing in it. I know Beyonce toes look like moose knuckles. No, I'm not doing it, okay? No, I'm not wearing all them wigs. Take all your edges out. I'm not doing it. So I would never ask to be her, ever. I would never ask to be, oh, I want to be a Wall Street billionaire, a millionaire. No, I don't. I don't want to work 7,000 hours a week. No, I don't. Them folks work for that stuff. Listen, ain't no sense in me lying on here. Okay. I be needing to go to bed, Nicole, I be wanting to go to bed. I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm saying, Lisa? Ooh, if I could just be like that, I want to go to the Gucci store. Do you know how much time and effort it takes to live that life? No, I don't want to do it at all. Okay. So I don't even know how I got on that. Nevertheless, oh, his strength. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were jealous of Samson's strength and were hating on his strength, but were they willing to do what it took? You know, Will Smith is back singing. Okay, he's back outside. Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And we ain't forgot what he did to Chris Rock. Nevertheless, he's back outside. He's singing, and in his lyrics, he says, everybody wants to be a lion. No, a king. Did he say a king? A lion. A lion. Everybody wants to be a lion until it's time to do lion stuff. It's easy to say, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I wish I was that. Are you willing to do that? Everybody want to be a lion, but do you really want to live outside and have to chase people for your food to eat? You want to do that? You want to live outside and have to chase down who they be, hyenas, so you could eat something? You want to be a lion? No. Won't be no doggone lion. Okay. Shout out to New Nation tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this live as much as I did. I really enjoyed this. Listen, every time I say we can stop this series, I come across another story. Okay. So girl, we'll be back. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all so much for checking in tonight. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. Thank you to everybody. Yeah, you got to put in work. And that's what I teach my daughter. You want to be a straight A student? You could be a straight A student. But you got to do what straight A students do. Straight A students don't sit on their iPads for 3 hours. They don't. Straight A students study ahead. Are you willing to do what straight A students do? I tell this to myself. I'm already about 100 and... Let me think of a number, because I'm sure gonna lie. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna lie. I'm about 155 pounds. I want to be 120 pounds. Am I willing to do what 120 pound folks do who aren't naturally 120 pounds? Because I'm not naturally 120 pounds. Am I willing to do what they do? They exercise, they eat right. Am I willing to do that? Or am I going straight to Wingstop on Saturday? I'm just saying. There's no sense in being delusional. Anything we want, we got to be willing to do what those people do to get it. You ain't say you want to be 150 pounds, but you're not willing to do what people that's 150 pounds do. They don't sit up and eat crumble cookies and they just came out with the German chocolate cake. They don't even know what's on the menu around there to crumble. Okay? They don't sit up and eat spaghetti and garlic bread and fried chicken and fried fish. They don't do that 100 y'all know what we talking about tonight. Okay? I want clear skin. Well, do what people with clear skin do. They drink water, they take vitamins. It's very simple. So while people are hating, they don't realize the work that it takes to be something. I want to be a big YouTuber. Are you going to do what big YouTubers do? You want to be like Tasha K? Tasha K want to be like Wendy Williams. Are you willing to do what Wendy Williams did? I mean, all of it. Don't just take the glitz and glamour. Make sure you take Kelvin and the baby mama and the baby. Make sure you take them cars that he bought with your money. Like, if you want to be Wendy Williams, you're going to have to be Wendy. Make sure you take the gout. And I'm not trying to be funny. Take all the health problems that come along with years of spewing negativity out of your mouth. Take halfway losing your mind and somebody else running your estate and stealing. Do you want to be Wendy? How you doing? Okay. Child, let me get out of here. I've had too much fun tonight, New Nation. I have truly had too much fun. But I like that. How you doing? Anyway, I will definitely call y'all. I will definitely call. I will definitely call y'all back. I've enjoyed y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Peace.